Hi guys, it's Katie here again from Creativa, and in our last video we did the cover for our little brag book and we inserted the pages. So in this video we're going to put lots of little pockets and flips and things on each of these pages. I'm hoping to get it done in one video, so we'll see how we go. If you're interested, I'm using this set of SVG files, which are scalable vector graphic files for electronic cutting machines, and if you'd like to make this project as well, you can pick these up in my Etsy store. I've just used 180 GSM cardstock for the pages, and if you want to see how I put together the cover, there is already a video, so you can go and check that out. And in that video I also talk about the SVG files a lot more. I won't bore you with that again if you're coming back to watch the second part. I have been using coffee stain paper and a couple of digital files that I purchased off Etsy. See if I can grab what I haven't trimmed out yet. These are my spares. I think they're from Len Art Studio, but I'll put the link below to all of the pieces that I use. But they're just so soft and floral and romantic. That's one of my favourite pages for some reason. So I'll put the links to those in the description box below, as well as the link to this. So I will go through as I'm putting each page together and point out which pieces that I'm using from the SVG files, but I'll also write it in the description box below so you don't have to remember. Okay, the blue pieces I've cut out from white 180 GSM cardstock, and the pink pieces I've cut out of my design paper that I downloaded from Etsy, and they're my mats to go on top. And I've actually just printed it on copy paper, which I don't usually do. I usually use something a bit thicker, but I thought I'd give it a go. So we're going to see how we go with that today. So I'll put that to the side and I will pull out my little stack of each of the things that I've cut out for the pages, and we'll just go through and do that. So in the last video we put in this little slip-in pocket here, or slot pocket, that one there, got something stuck on there. Put this one in here, and in the back we put in the side pocket number 3, just this plain one here, that's in the back. So I'm going to start with this page here, and I've already cut out some bits and pieces for this page. And for the first page I haven't matted any of the pieces yet. I'll do that just on the first page so you can see what I'm doing in case you haven't done that before. But otherwise, for the rest, I'm going to do my best to have already matted each of the pieces to save a bit of time. So on this page, we're going to have this little guy here, which is a flip. And that's this piece here. So that blue piece I've cut out of the cardstock. And I have inked around the edges with my Tim Holtz Distress ink in Gathered Twigs, and I've done that all the way through. So I've inked both sides because it's a flip. So that's the blue piece, and then I've also cut out 2 mats of the pink, one for each side because it's a flip. So we can start by attaching this little guy onto our page here. I think I'm just going to eyeball the center because it doesn't really matter. I'm using my art glitter glue to attach the pieces together, but then I'll use this acetate glue for my mats. And the reason why I do that is because it doesn't stick quite as quickly as the art glitter glue, so it gives you a little time to wiggle your mats into place. Okay, so I'm going to go with about there. That'll be fine. So I'm just going to stick that tab down on there. So I've cut all these pieces out with my Cricut, and I love my Cricut, and for my birthday I got a Joy. So my little Joy sits on my desk right here. You can't see it, it's just out of vision. But I cut all my mats out for this project on my Joy, so that I could just sit here with my little Joy and my paper, and then I just decided what I wanted to cut out of each thing. So that was fun. So I have cut some mats out, but of course I've forgotten where I wanted to put which ones. So on here I'm going to put a little bottom pocket. So that's this tiny little one here. That's this flip pocket here. So I haven't put the mat on that one. Where's that? A little stash of things here. Maybe we should put the mats on everything. It might become clearer. So this is the little lace piece. Isn't it cute? So I'll just pop that over there. And I'll just put this little mat on here. And then, yeah, hopefully I've gone through already and put the mats on everything else to save a bit of time. Just thought I would do it for the first page. Pop that little mat on there. And that's going to go on the front of my flip here like this. I'm going to turn these little tabs in already and just glue that down with this little tab here. That just makes it easier when you come to put it on the page. Right, so that's going to go on there. That's cute. So I must have had a mat in mind for that. This is my mat for my base page with the birdie on it. So that's going to go on there. That's going to go there. I think, okay, I think that I was going to go with maybe this one, which is just coffee stain paper. So that's the mat for the flip. That's this pink piece here. I think I'm going to use that one. Okay, so I'll just put some glue on there. I woke up, when I got up this morning, it was so cold, I had to put socks on this morning. So the weather is definitely starting to change. The dogs were all curled up together trying to keep warm. We buy them little jackets to wear, but they just rip them off. Usually when I'm at work, so that I don't get to stop them from, or at night time, so I don't have time to stop them from ruining them. And so I guess they don't like wearing jackets, which is a shame, because then they end up being cold. So anyway, they were all huddled together in this little mass on the couch on top of a blanket. That was so cute and also a little sad looking. Alright, so I'm going to put the mat on this side, and that's this one here. Whoops, that way. I'm going to put that on here. And pop this on here. Really loving this paper design that I downloaded. It's really pretty. This one is a lace one that I like a lot. Alright, so we've got that mat on there. And then we have this mat for on here, but because I rounded the corner of my book, I need to round the corner of my mat. So I'll just do that quickly. Put a little ink on there. And I've already inked all the rest up so that it saved a bit of time. Maybe a bit more glue down there. I always use either too much glue or not enough, but I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in that. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one on here. Look at that little bird, isn't it sweet? So lovely. I am not a huge fan myself of lots and lots of butterflies and things, but which is funny because just about everything that I see has butterflies on it, but I just try to pretend it's something else, or I could do something else. But I do love birds. Okay, now on here I have got a belly band, so I'm going to attach this belly band on here, but I'm going to put the mat on there first. So the belly band is this one here, and the mat is this one here. So I can quickly stick that on there. You know it's cold when your glue doesn't even want to come out. I mean, it's cold for Perth. We don't, it doesn't really get cold here. It doesn't snow or anything like that. In fact, you really even could get away with not wearing a jacket in winter. So my complaints about the cold are probably not warranted. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to fold those little tabs over, and then it's going to go down on here like this. Right, so I'm going to use this glue here for that. Put a little bit of, oh, doesn't want to come out. Now it's too much. Okay, I think I'm just going to guess the center. About here. Looks good to me. And then pop that one down on there. A little belly band. So you don't have to do all of these things on every page like I'm doing. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of things that you could do on each of your pages. It's completely up to you. You could make every page exactly the same. You could go over the top and make every page really different. You know, it's up to you. And I have no problems with you making items using my SVG files to sell at craft shows, craft fairs and things like that, just as long as you don't make too many. But I would suggest if you were going to do that and you were mass producing them, you know, if you're making 10 or 20 or something for a craft show, not to put too many flips and flaps and things in, but to make them a little bit more plain so that you can make lots more. That would be my suggestion. Okay, so here is a little corner pocket. So I've cut out this corner pocket here, and I've just attached the mat on top, and I've just used coffee stain paper. But when I cut it out, I flipped it over or mirrored it so that it was facing the opposite direction, because I want to put it on here on this corner, so I want it to be facing that way. So let's put some glue on here. Pull that up. And put a bit of glue on those tabs. But my thought for this little guy is, even, you know, it would make a fabulous gift. You can get quite a few photos in here, and you know, how nice would it be to give as a gift to somebody? And especially if it's somebody you know really well and you've got lots of photos of you guys together at an event, or you know, something like that, if you could fill it full of pictures. Or if you're giving it to a grandparent, you could have photos of all of their all of the grandkids in there or something. Or you could just give it empty. But I just think it's, you know, it's a nice, quick, simple little project. Okay, that's sitting out a little bit at the moment, but we'll train it into shape. So then we've got this little pocket here. It's going to go on there. So you don't have to put this pocket on here. It's, you know, it's completely up to you, but I'm showing you how to do it, or you know what each of the pieces can do, and then you can decide what you want to do with them. You can make it your own and use your own paper, and you know, customize it to suit you and the person that maybe you're giving it to. Okay, so that's that one. So a little pocket here, so I can make some tags later. So as I've been cutting things out, I've had little scrap bits of paper, and I've just been, whoops, bang, just been collaging them together onto these pages, and I thought that I would cut this up later and make some little tags or photo mats or something to go in my pockets. I've decided that I need to start doing this at the time I'm doing my project and not at the end, because by the end of my project I'm sort of over it and I don't want to deal with the scraps, and then I just end up with piles and piles of scraps that I can't part with. Okay, so then the only other thing is I've cut out one of these side inserts here. So that's this little guy over here. So I've just cut it out of the white cardstock, that blue piece, and then for the pink mat on top, I've just cut a piece of coffee stain paper, and I will embellish it later, but I don't tend to do my embellishing on camera because I'm super indecisive and I can never decide. You know, I spend forever deciding what should go where, and frankly, nobody needs to live through that experience. So this is just a perfect spot for some embellishing. And I'll just pop that on here. Press it down. And that's my little side insert, and I can just slide that in here like so, and I probably put another little thing or two in there, and of course I'll do all my embellishing later. So that's my first page. Cute. Okay, next one. So not every page is that fancy, but I always like the first page to have that sort of layered look about it, and I think that looks good. Okay, so page 2. Page 2, and I've actually got page 2 and 3 all together here, so let's see what I've got. See if I can remember what I had in mind. Okay, this is obviously going to be a flip-de-doo. That's a flip-de-doo. I've got some pockets. Okay. Ah, yes, I think I remember now. That goes with that. That's for my flip. And then, okay, so on this page here, on page 2, you'd think I'd remember, but I cut all these out yesterday and then I ran out of time to do the video. I've got this pocket here, side pocket 1, and I've again cut it out of the white cardstock, and I have matted it with that pink mat, and I've already done that. But I flipped it over again, so it comes like that in the SVG files, but when I cut it out I mirrored it or flipped it, depends which way you want to do it, so that it's facing this way so I can put it on this side of my page. So first thing to do would be to put my mat on here. So this is my base page mat. So all of the base pages have mats and they are all the same size, so it doesn't matter which one you cut out, they will fit on here. So I have 2 base page mats, and I think it might go like this. Maybe that way. Oh, I can't remember. What did I have in mind? Yeah, I think this one is going on here. So I need to round these corners. Ink goes up. I'm sorry if this video gets a bit long, but I really feel like it's one that we could potentially do in one long video. We'll see how we go. Maybe I'll have to split it up. When I think about it, it is 12 pages that we're putting flips and flaps and pockets and things on. So, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pop this on here. I'm just going to turn it around so I can see, make sure it's lined up pretty well. Whoops. This looks about right. Paper to stick down. And then I'm just going to pop this pocket on top, and that's this page done. So I'm just going to turn these, make this out the way while I'm not using it. Right, I'm just going to turn these tabs in. Put a bit of glue on here. Fold that long tab over. Did a very good job of that. Let's give it a burnish, see if I can make it flatter. And then we can just attach it to here. So I'll just put some glue on these tabs. And this is a great spot for an insert, but I don't think I cut one out already. That's okay. So then this guy's going to go on here like this. So I'm just going to spin it around again so I can line it up, which I've done a really bad job of. Sometimes it doesn't hurt to bring it in just a little smidge from the edge if it wants to move. There we go. And then give it a good press. And that's that side done. I have not lined it up very well, but it'll be fine. Make sure it closes okay. We've got lots of room as well, so that's good. Okay, and then this page here, I'm going to do another flip. So I've got that flip again, this little guy here. And then I'm going to hold it closed with one of these bottom pocket 2s. So here's what I've got in mind. I'm going to attach this one to here on the center. So let's just do that. Less talky, more doughy. Put some glue on that tab and I'm just going to line this up where I think it might be good. About here. Press it down. And then with that bottom pocket 2, that's this one here, bottom pocket 2, I've inked the top and the bottom because I'm going to cut these 2 side tabs off and it's going to become a flip. So let's do that. So to cut those little tabs off, I'm just going to line up the score line, or you could use scissors. I'm going to line up that score line along here, and I probably just should have used scissors because I didn't do a very good job. It's alright, we can neaten it up. I'm going to line that up on here and just cut off along that score line. I just want to do this. There. I'm happy now. Okay, and then I'm just going to ink along there. So I don't ink on there until I cut it off because I think you get a nicer finish if you don't fold it before you cut it. Sometimes I forget, but generally I think that's the best way to go. So then this one is going to go on this side, and we're going to try and center it as best we can. And I am going to eyeball it, which is everything I never do. How's that? I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to. If I had a pencil around, I could sort of rough it out before I had glue on it. That would be a good idea. So maybe down a smidge. Honestly, it would have been easier to measure. Put a little line here. That's where I need to line it up. And I'm going to put some glue on this tab. And I'm going to come back again and line it up like that. And press it down. There we go. So then I'm going to put a magnet. Oops. There we go. I'm going to put a magnet on here and a magnet on here, and it's going to hold it closed. That's the theory. So I've got these little tiny itsy bitsy magnets, and I need a little bit of scrap paper or cardstock or something. Cardstock would be better. It's my little stash of bits that I'm using for this project. I'm pretty sure I had some little scrappy bit of cardstock. Here we go. This will do. Okay. So we need to find ourselves one of these little guys here. And put a dab of glue where I want to put my magnet. I'm going to put it back here so that my mat goes on over the top, okay? And get one of these little magnets. These are the tiniest magnets in the world. I wouldn't buy them this small again, but I bought them online, and it's really hard to tell the size of something online. So I was a little surprised when they turned up and they were so tiny. Put my bit of scrap on top like that. Get my other magnet. Pop that on there. And then I'm going to put my glue on here. Flip it over. Press it down. I'm going to hold this one here like this and open it up. Perfect. Now we can put the mats on quickly. Okay, so I'm going to put this one here with the flowers and the bird on this one. So I'll go ahead and do that. And I'm just going to pop that on here. Make sure it's lined up. Oh, so cute. So cute. And then I'm going to put this mat on here. So that's the bottom pocket 2 mat. And I've cut 2 of them because we need to mat each side. But I'm just going to start with this one so that my magnet doesn't run away. And I'm going to pop this one down on here. And so then that will just close over and attach. Yes, very nice. Okay, so then I can put the mat on here and the mat on the back of here. And I'm going to put my mat on here as well. So we cut 2 of these, we cut 2 of these, and then I have my base page mat that I've also cut, which is any one of these base page mats. So I'm going to quickly do that, save a bit of time. Okay, so I have matted up all of those little bits that we've put in here. Now, I've also cut out 2 more of the bottom pocket 2s. I've cut out 2 more of these and I've already put my mats on them, just some coffee stain paper. And I was thinking about putting them under here, but I don't know now whether it will be too much. What do you think? Maybe just 1. I think 1 would be enough, honestly. Let's just go with 1. I could put this one somewhere else, but you know, I've got options. So I think I might just do 1 of these. So I'm just going to put some glue on here. Fold this over. Give it a good burnish. Gonna glue off my table. And then I think I'm going to pop this guy down the bottom here. Like that, like that. Maybe I want to make it a bit lower, but I haven't rounded that corner, which is a bit annoying. Maybe I'll just do that. I haven't rounded the corner of the mat, which annoys me a bit, but I think I'm probably not going to notice that in the end. So just that, I'm just rounding that one corner because the corner of my page is rounded down here and it just sits better. So I'm just going to pop that guy there, like that. I just feel a bit better about that. Okay. So I feel like maybe one pocket here is enough. And that's really cute. And there's a beautiful spot there for embellishing. Sadly, I've covered up my little birdie, but never mind. Alright, I'm going to put this one to the side. I might use him later. Let's do the next couple of pages. Okay, so on this page, I'm going to do some doors. Or I'm going to attempt to. I'm never very good at these, but I keep trying and hoping. So, for my doors, I have cut out 2 of my side pocket 3s. This one here. But we're going to cut the tabs off the top and the bottom of those so that they become flips rather than pockets. And then for the mats, I've cut out 4. So 2, they're going to go, so it's going to go like that. So we've got 2 for the front, and because they open up and we see the other side, 2 for the back. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is trim these off. I'm going to use my board again. So I'm just lining up that score line. Trimming that off. And you can see I put little crosses with pencil on the bits that I want to cut off, so I don't accidentally cut the wrong piece off, because I've done that more than once. So line that up. So when I design these files, I try to design them so that you can get as many uses out of a piece as possible. So that's why I've made this as a pocket, but with the ability for you to cut the tabs off and use it as something else, rather than giving you a piece that doesn't have those tabs on and a piece that does have those tabs on, because it just means that you get, there'll be a lot more files and a lot more things to sort of confuse you about what to use. So that's my thoughts on that. Okay, so firstly we're going to need to round the corners on this one here, here and here, to match up with that. So let's do that. I'm going through the tab as well. And then let's just ink that. And the same on this side. And that piece is just going to go on here like this. Yeah, let's just do that. My problem is in trying to get my doors to line up. Sometimes we might need to trim a little bit off them. So I'm trying to line this up along the edge as best I can, right up to the edge. I think that's pretty good. Press it down. Okay, so for me the tricky bit is always putting the second one on and making sure that it lines up. But if it doesn't, we'll just trim a little bit off. I think it's going to be okay. We need to really line it up on that edge though. So let's put some glue on here. This always stresses me out a little bit. I'm trying to line this up along here, and then I want to make sure that it lines up with my other door in the middle. That looks okay. Give that a good press. Whoops. Okay, now I'm just going to make sure that this is really well stuck down. Let's see. Oh, I did okay. I did okay. It needs a little bit more glue under here, but I'll sort that out later. Okay, so I'm going to put my mats on the front. So I have got my front mats, one there and, oops, one there. So I need to round the corners of these ones. And that side and that side. And then we can glue that one onto here. So let's do that. The one thing about copy paper is it's really flimsy in your hand, doesn't want to hold up by itself. But that's okay. It's nice that you can use something as simple as copy paper and still make a nice project, I think. Okay, put that one here. See how we went, it's a little bit high. That'll do. Looks pretty. And then this side goes on here and we don't need to trim anything off there. So I'll put some glue on this one. And we'll put this one on here, make sure the writing's the right way up. It's got a little faint little bit of white script on it, like that. Okay, and then to close my doors, I've cut these little circles out. There's 3 of these little circles stacked together, so I just cut them out of, that's what I cut out of here. And I used my round punch, but it's a little one. I think it might be 1/2 inch. I used this one here. So I cut out 6 of these and I stacked 2 lots of 3 together, and then I punched a hole in there. And you can use your crocodile, but I really like my leather punch. And I just used it on my smallest hole, but of course you can use your crocodile as well. And then we just need to decide where they're going to go. And I feel like that's a pretty good spot right there, like that. Need to be higher up so I can see. It does cover up my rows a little bit, but I can live with that. And that one's going to go about there. So, like that. Probably not even now. Let's check. Okay, this one needs to be, I think, this is not a very scientific way of measuring, is it? That one needs to go about there. Okay, so I'm going to grab my hole punch a hole in there. And then I'm going to just, I'm going to have to flip the book around to do this one. Punch a hole in there. And just need to poke that out. Doesn't look like it's gone through all the way. There we go. What about that one? Same with that one. Like so. Excellent. Okay, then I have a little piece of skinny ribbon, and I need some brads. So I've got a couple of brads there. They might even match. Let's have a look. Yeah. So the first thing I'm going to do is poke this end of my ribbon through that little hole. Just on one side. I don't think it matters which side. Poke it through there. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to hold that edge down for a minute so it doesn't escape. Right. And then I'm going to take one of my little round circles. I've done this heaps of times before, but you know, fast forward if you've seen me do this. Okay, and then I'm just going to poke my brad through and try to find where the little legs separate. There we go. and press those down. I'm going to do the same on this side. Oops. Can't get. There we go. Press that one down. This is the moment of truth where you think, oh, they're not lined up at all. Your non-scientific measuring did not work. Okay. Yes, they're not lined up. Hang on, let me have a look. They're a squidge out. Let's not talk about it. Okay, so I'm just going to quickly go ahead and put the rest of the mats on. So I have 2 more mats for side pocket 3. Bring that in here. Side pocket 3. I've cut those out of coffee stain paper, and I'm going to put one of those on each side. And then I have cut one of my base page mats, and that's just going to go in the middle there like that. So I'll just go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm back, and I have put those little mats on the inside now so that that little page is all finished up. So it opens up like so, which is really cute. And I'm just going to leave this ribbon long for now. I might put a little charm or something at the bottom, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is just leave it long for now, and just decide what I'm going to do with it later. Because you can't make it longer, can you? So I'll just leave that one there. So I think for this video we might just do 2 more pages, and then I'll break it up and we'll do another video for those last few pages, because this might be getting really long. So I've cut up some bits for the next page. That is going to be all these pieces, and that's the next one. Okay, so for this page, I'm going to use 2 of the side pocket ones. So I've cut 2 of those out, there and there. And I've also cut out 2 of the mats for that. And that's this one and this one, all ready to go. So I'm just going to pop this one to the side for a moment, because we're going to make a flip pocket out of these 2. So we're going to keep all the tabs on one, but we're going to cut off the top tabs on one. So let's do that. So you can see I put my little crosses on there, and I'm trying to line up. I cannot see for the life of me where that's. I might just be brave and use my scissors, which is not like me at all. And just hold it in the light. And the same along here. Okay. Okay. Let's hope I did okay with my cutting. Just going to ink that up a bit. Oh, I don't need to do that side. What am I thinking? Okay. So then this is going to be, we're going to turn this into a pocket. So what we need to do is fold all of these guys in, just like we were making a normal pocket and sticking it to a page. So I'm going to put some glue on here and some glue on here. I'm going to fold that over, press it down. I like to give it a little burnish at this stage. Give it a little helping hand. And then we're going to attach this one onto here. But we're leaving this tab on here because that's how we're going to attach it to our book. In fact, I should turn that over because I've inked that side. So that's the side I want on the outside. Now I can't see where my score line is. Let me just bend that out the way. It's going to be like that. So I'm going to line this one up here and here. It's a little bit wonky at the bottom. Don't suppose it will matter. And then we have a little flip pocket. Just going to make sure that glue is stuck down along there. Lovely. So that's going to go in our book like that. So I might just ink up along here a bit because we might see this. I'm always forgetting to do that. And the same along here. Okay. So then we can put some mats on here. So I think I was going to put this mat on the front. So these are the side pocket 2 mats. This is the pretty lace. And I'll put the link for this in the description box if you want to grab this paper yourself. Needs to come up that way a squidge, and over that way a squidge, and down there. Something like that. Give it a press. Probably need a bit more glue there, but I can go back and fix that later. And then I'm going to put the mat on here. It's just about time for a coffee, so I'll just finish off these couple of pages and then go and make myself a cuppa. Pop that one on there. Okay, so then let's move that over. Bring our book back. And this whole little guy here is going to attach onto the edge of our page like so. So put some glue on this tab. And pop this on here. And here. Give it a press. Make sure that's attached. So then we have a little flip pocket. Now I have cut out a side insert to go in that little flip pocket. That's this one here, and I've already matted it. So then that just slides in here like this and looks cute. And then on this page here, we are going to put a mat on here. So this is the base page mat. Any one of the base pages will do. What did I do with my corner rounder? There it is. Need to round these corners. And then I can pop this mat on. This glue. The wiggle glue. Ooh. See, that's the problem with copy. I really want a coffee. Copy paper is that it's so flippy and flappy. Flimsy is the word I'm looking for. Oh my goodness, I really need that coffee. Okay, I'll give that a press. And then on here, it's so pretty. I don't want to cover it up. But I have cut another one of these bottom pocket 2s, and I think I'll just pop that on here. And so I've cut it out, and then I've put the coffee stain paper on there. So I'm just going to, oh, I should round this corner as well, I suppose. Again, I've done the wrong thing. I'll just glue this together first. I mean, I don't even think that anyone will notice, so I don't know why I get all bent out of shape about it. I round that corner, but the mat isn't rounded. It's messing with my OCD. But I think it needs to be rounded on this side because the page is rounded. Okay. Put some glue on that one. And then we've got one more page to do today. So that one's just going to go down here. Like that. It looks like my flowers are in the pocket. And that is, I think, page 5. So I've just got that little flip there. Okay, I think we'll do one more page in this video. So let's flip that over. I should mat the back of that too, I feel like. Okay, this page here is a pretty simple one. I have got the mat here, the base page mat, so that's going to go on here like this. We may as well go ahead and do that. I'll just round these corners again. The reason I haven't done that before the video is because if I change my mind about which mat I want to use for which page, it kind of limits me because I've already rounded some corners. So I'm just giving myself the opportunity to change my mind. Okay, I'll pop this one on here. Bring it up a bit. I know the thing about working on a small book is how easy it is to maneuver it on your desk when you're working with it. I really like the size of this too. It just sits so nicely, and you know, it's just nice for your hand. Okay, so then I have got a side pocket 1 and a side pocket 2, but again, in the SVGs they're facing that way, but I want them to face this way, so I've just flipped them over and then cut them out that way. So all I'm going to do, and of course I've already cut the mats, so the first thing I'm going to do is just do that little thing where I turn in the tabs like so. Push that one down like that. So these are just going to be stacked side pockets, I think. I'm going to press that one down like that. The same with this one. Press that one down. Like that. And then give that a burnish. Make you sit down nice and flat. Same with this one. Or flatter. I think I've cut this mat upside down. That rose looks upside down. But that's okay, because no book would be complete without me putting paper on upside down. I'm going to attach this little pocket to this pocket here. So we're just going to line them up. I'll try to. Come on. Getting in the way of myself here. Line them up like that. I'll give a press. And then I'm going to put glue on these back tabs and attach it to my page. Like so. So this is just, I just wanted to show you that you can stack them up like this. So I'm going to pop that on there. Like so. I have put it just a little tiny bit away from the edge of the page because it is getting a little bulky on the edges. Like that. I'm going to press it from this side as well, make sure that it's really stuck down. And that's page 6. So we've done 6 pages today in our book. So it's getting a little chunky, but that's okay because we still have plenty of room in there. So we've got this little front flip here. It's obviously looking pretty naked at the moment, but that's okay. We will dress it up. Got that page here. We'll insert there. And then we flip over. We've got a side pocket here. We've got this one here, nice and cute. We've got our doors here that open up like that. And then we've got the little flip pocket with the little side insert there. And that flips open. We've got a pocket here, and then we've got the double stacked side pocket here. So in the next video we will do the rest of these pages. So thanks very much for joining me today. I just wanted to remind you that you don't have to do every single page like this. You might say, oh, I don't like that page style, so you can just do another one, or you can make it a very simple page. So this is me just giving you some ideas about how to use all the pieces. If you'd like to pick up this set of SVG files, I've put the link in the description box below, and if you'd like a link to any of these papers that I've used, I've also put a link to those in the description box below. Really appreciate you watching this video and spending some time with me today, and I hope that you come back and watch the next video where we do the last few pages. Otherwise, I'll see you guys again soon. Thanks very much for watching. Bye for now. Bye.